Hello everyone, Magdalena here, Wealth of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've already made one spread, filmed a video of a reading today, so I thought I won't be making another one. But I watched Lisa's from Tarot Alchemist tarot tag, Father's Day spread, and I felt like doing it. So, and also tomorrow is in Poland, June 23rd. It's Father's Day, so I thought it's a perfect opportunity to look a bit at this topic in my life. Possibly I will upload it tomorrow. We will see. Anyway, so instead of reading only tarot, again, I'm doing the tarot plus oracle set because I kind of like to work like this. And you might be bored by now by this deck, but I hope you're not, because it's a gorgeous, beautiful deck, the Stretch Tarot, and another gorgeous deck, which is Botanical Inspirations. So let's see. First question is, what is my relationship to my father? And I got 9 of Pentacles and Pansy. So try to zoom in. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, well, I won't lie, it's always been good. It's I need to do this spread for my relationship with my mom, because the answers will be definitely different. It's not like I have a bad relationship with my mom, but it's much more complicated than with my dad. Anyway, I think when I look at this card, I see abundance. You know, there is so many things that I have in this relationship, and this lady here, it's like I feel I'm special to my father, even though I have a sister and he treats us both equally. We both feel special to him. And together with Pansy too, I feel like this tender attachment, those sweet thoughts, and in general many positive feelings. Yeah. So that would be question number 1. Then, what is the great gift my father has given me? And I got the World and Morning Glory. So there are so many things here. This card is such a powerful card. But to narrow it down, I would say it's love for truth and beauty. Look at this beautiful, beautiful frame of flowers, and being open to the world, appreciation of the world. Then also Morning Glory is it's patience and this unending support that I always felt from my dad. Would it be material support or moral support? He's always been there. He's never been invasive, but like this patient Morning Glory that opens new flowers every day. He would just, whenever I had a problem, I would go to him and just talk. And first he would listen, and then he would try to give advice. But first of all, he would always listen first. So I think it's a great gift. So that is this. Then, what is the great challenge my father has given me? Oh, focus. Camera, hello. Okay, let's see. Oh no, it's not this card. I'm wrong. It's this one. It's Queen of Wands and Iris. So, what it means? Queen of Wands has this keyword of optimism, and also Iris. It's when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. So I see they both talk about optimism in life, and I think that's the challenge that I learned from my dad, to be pretty careful, not to trust too easily, not to trust that things are going to turn out well for me. And I've struggled quite a bit, and I still do, with that. So that might be this challenging thing, that I have problems with optimism. And then, how am I similar to my dad? I got 9 of Cups and Coreopsis. So both these cards both talk about being content, joyful, happy. So it's when I first looked at those cards, was like, okay, the previous cards were about that optimism is challenging for me, and now this. But then I thought it's more about appreciating things that we have. So it's like enjoyment of little things in life. For sure, I learned from my father to appreciate nature. He would always show me, draw my attention to nature, talk about trees to me, and that's also what I always try to do with my son. So I think it's just, trying to look for beauty in your everyday life and appreciate it. Next, how am I unlike my father? And this was difficult because, my dad is a pretty secretive man. So I cannot really be sure what's on his mind, and whether whether this thing I think is the same for him or not. But anyway, I drew these cards. Knight of Cups and White Rose. So what I thought about, and these were reflections that I had recently with my little son being around, that it might be a different approach also to how to put it, that my dad tries to make things easier for my son, and I believe that he needs to, by experiences, by difficulties, he needs to learn in life. So maybe this this idea of that of believing that we need to learn from experience and not be too shielded. Because now I look back, I think I've been too shielded from difficulties in life, and then I had, still have, problems with dealing with stuff because I don't believe I really actually can. So yeah, working on that. So I think it might be it. It's like this is this opportunity, this magic that is it might be something dangerous, but then through a risk we can learn things. Without the risk we cannot. So a new start, you see, and wisdom. So gaining wisdom from difficult experiences. So of course I understand that this urge to shield me as a child, or even later as a young grown-up, it comes or from love, but still I want my son to to believe that he has the power to change things. So maybe, not sure, but maybe this is where we are different with my dad. And lastly, not lastly, number 6, how do I define myself in comparison to him? Look at that. This card, I swear, it appears so often in my readings, at least in the ones that I've been recording in the last weeks, and forget-me-nots. So, to be honest, I always idolized my dad. So when you do that, of course, it's not like you do it consciously, but you still, when you do that, then comparing yourself to this person is crushing. This is 10 of Wands. Did I say that? So yeah, it's not easy, and this is about eternal memories. So this image of my father always being there, making me sometimes feel I'm much smaller. That I will never be like him. And I started at some point. I started to understand that I shouldn't be like him because I'm me and he's him. But yeah, it took me quite some time to realize that I've been idolizing my father, and this is not a good thing. So yeah, that's that. And now lastly, how can I best honor our relationship? And look at that. I was baffled by this. Because how to honor our relationship, and then I get death. And next to death, I get heightened playfulness. So, yeah. But then I thought, in the context of the previous question, this approach of idolizing my father, I do it much less now, but probably it is still somewhere there. I should quit it, really. I should just approach this relationship with this fresh playfulness in the way of like being more carefree and just try to see things for what they are. It's not an easy thing, because we all have all those ties and knots in our psyche, but probably it will be for the best if I say goodbye to those. I suppose it's at some point it's normal if when you're a little child, your parent is like God and Almighty and knows everything when you are small. But then when you grow up, things should change gradually, and I think they are changing, they have changed, and they will be changing still. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. I would be interested in watching your own video responses to this tag. So thanks again, and see you again soon. Bye.